My name is Nick Forsyth. I'm from Shelby Township, Michigan, which is a small suburb of Detroit. I have lived there my entire life, except until recently moving to Chicago. An event that recently happened to me was my best friend Spencer, his father, Bob Urban, recently passed away on September 10th from an 8-month long battle with leukemia. I met Spencer, it was around when we were about 5 years old, and my mom told me to come downstairs, and she said that there was another kid who moved in who was my age, right across the lake, and we became best friends, and I got to know his family really well. There were a lot of unforgettable memories that we've had with Bob. Every year, we would in the summertime we would get together for cookouts and barbecues, and everyone would swim in the lake that we live on. It was around 8 o'clock at night. Spencer texted me and told me to come over. And, I didn't think anything of it, so I was like, sure, I'll come over. I knocked on the door and I walked in, and then he immediately just hugged me. He started crying, and then I knew that it was serious. And then he just said, "My dad has cancer." There was really nothing I could say in that moment that would make him feel better. I was just there. When he told me about it, it sounded very hopeful. It sounded like they caught it early and it was treatable. But Bob had a different kind of leukemia. I found out that the survival rate of this cancer was only 5%. The leukemia just took him so quickly. There was literally nothing we could do. Everyone just felt so helpless. He got 8 rounds of chemo, and then after that, it didn't work. The chemo didn't work, so they had to try to do a stem cell transplant. We were worried because it's rough to find a perfect match, but luckily, this was the best news that we had heard throughout the whole process, was that his sister, Rose, was a perfect match. So she was able to give him his stem cells. We thought, what better circumstance could there possibly be? When he got the transplant, we were all very hopeful. But then as time went on, we were waiting for it to kick in, but it just didn't. The leukemia came back. And then we got another text just saying he's in hospice now, and he's withering away. He doesn't have that much time left. I took the earliest train I could back to Michigan for the funeral, and it was just, it was so horrible because when I pulled up to the church for the funeral, it was like this thought that was going through my head of, the first time I see my best friend after we both go away to college is for this, and that just sucks. I have had family members pass away before, and I have not cried at their funeral, but this was the first funeral I cried at. And we put our hands on the casket for the last time, and I remember when I was walking past, I looked at Spencer, and he just had this defeated look on his face. But I looked at him and he looked at me, and I think the look that we exchanged each other without any words said, "I'm here for you." And I always will be, because he's my best friend and I've known him my entire life.